Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm coming to you from the Outlier Inn. It's in Woodridge, New York, about 2 to 3 hours outside of New York City. This isn't just a place that has one Airbnb like someone's backyard, guys. This is an entire complex. It has multiple Airbnbs, ranging from tiny homes to domes. It has a sauna. The list goes on and on. I'll cover more of that in the video in just a second. But right here behind me, this is an incredible 125 square foot, fully sustainable tiny home. That was a mouthful, but apparently the owner told me it's won multiple awards and it's made from 100% recyclable materials. So that was super cool. Before we hop into the tour though, if you want to check out the Outlier Inn, their website is in the description, as is the Airbnb link for this tiny home right here behind me. So go ahead and check those out. And last but not least, if you want to save money in Airbnb, I save money, you save money, my Airbnb link is down in the description as well. So go ahead and click on that. Works in any Airbnb anywhere in the world. So now without further ado, let's hop into this tiny home tour. I'm really excited to share this with you guys. This is Josh, the owner of the Outlier Inn for 19 years with his goat Eno and dog Beulah. Now, as I mentioned, the Outlier Inn does not just have one tiny house. There's so much to see and do in this property. So we're gonna start on the opposite end from the tiny houses. This is this huge event space. Can probably fit, I would say, maybe 30 or 40 people if you wanted to underneath this gigantic tent. So great for events, large groups. There's also this outdoor sitting and kitchen areas. You can kind of cook up some minor meals, nothing too crazy or complicated, but also store any food right here in the fridge, make breakfast, all that good stuff. There's a pond area to kind of chill out and relax, like in this hammock. And also off in this area of the inn, there's this gorgeous little garden here. Really nice, just kind of peaceful to just walk in and around whenever you want towards the end of your day. There's also plenty of animals on this inn. There are some llamas you can hang out with. There's the goat Eno and then the dog Beulah, like I mentioned. So if you love animals, this is the place for you. Two other really cool amenities here is there's the barn shop at the top. So you forgot like a hoodie or a jacket, you want to pick up a hat, anything you might need, you can shop here at the Outlier Inn. And one that really stuck out to me as well that was incredibly unique, there's a full-fledged recording studio here at the Outlier Inn. So you might get lucky, one of your favorite bands might be recording their next album here when you're staying. Now we're going to switch to the opposite end of the property. And the first building you're going to see over here in this section is the shower and sink area. There is a bathtub out here, but I stuck to the two showers over here on the left-hand side. I use that, also brush my teeth in this area. There's also a fire pit right next to that little building as well. It could probably fit 10 people. In the background, I'm sure you spotted, there's this really cool geodesic dome. It's also available to rent from Josh on Airbnb. There's also a Scandinavian sauna. So really cool added amenity. Was not expecting that. Just really cool amenity to kind of end your day with after doing all the fun activities around the inn. But two little buildings to point out as well is the outhouse you will use. There's also an Airstream. You can rent that as well from Josh on Airbnb. And find the tiny house number 2, which will be showcasing in next week's video. But that was a lot to cover. Now again, we're going to start and finally head to our tiny house. So park our car, walk past the shower sink area, and just kind of jet on through here. Airstream is on the right, sauna is on the left, tiny house 2 is straight ahead, outhouse is on the right. We're going to veer to the left and finally come to our tiny house. Welcome to tiny house number 1 at the Outlier Inn, guys. Absolutely in love with the exterior. It's my favorite parts of this tiny house. But one thing you may not have noticed earlier in the video, this actually is a tiny house on wheels. So it is a mobile tiny house. You can move it if you want to. But again, love the exterior. It's actually made, again, like I mentioned, from 100% recyclable materials. So you can really just see all the intricate construction and woodworking, and just a lot of time and effort went into building the exterior of this place, that's for sure. Now we're going to switch, kind of walk towards the hammock, the main entrance, to the opposite side of the exterior, my personal favorite. And just look at this gorgeous exterior, guys. Just 15, maybe 20 something windows. The door, you kind of peer inside to the tiny house, but just love how intricate and just stunning the exterior of this tiny house is. My absolute favorite. Now we're gonna get a little bit closer and head inside of this tiny house. Welcome to the interior of your tiny house. The first two areas you'll see when you enter, I would call like a reading nook, straight ahead here, and a little kitchen table over there on the left. with the radio. But something I think this tiny house does an amazing job at, not only does it use the space incredibly well, but all these really cool, intricate details. I don't even know what half these things are. I think it's like a corkscrew and this really kind of cool old school, I think it's a radio, all the glass stained windows. So just beautiful design right here, but we're kind of slowly panned from the door as soon as you enter to show you the entire interior. And again, we see just all the just beautiful natural light just coming in. There's just so many windows and just ways you can kind of see outside really well. So maybe not the best privacy in this tiny house, but again, it's kind of its own little plot, little section of land on the Outlier Inn. So I thought it was fine when I was walking around exploring. Now we're gonna switch to the opposite end of the tiny house. I would call this area kind of like the chill out, the couch area. This is where I would always kind of start my morning with like a tea or a coffee or reading, just whatever that might be. Where there's a shelf off to one side, a mirror, just kind of, again, all these different things all over the walls and just the color scheme, all the windows, just everything I think just fits perfectly into the vibe of this tiny house. And even on this side as well, yes, there are more windows. So basically everywhere you look, you can kind of see outdoors to the hammock to the woods. You kind of really feel a part, like you really truly are in the woods, from whatever angle you are. But even kind of more details right here. I didn't even know what that last thing was. There's some more blankets right there. There's a closet, there's a fan if it gets really hot inside here. And if you kind of peer up as well, there's some extra hangers as well, so you can hang some clothes or some jackets. But now we're gonna head up top towards the bed. I found it pretty easy to get up there. I haven't fear falling or any issues like that at all, but the bed was super comfy and definitely spacious enough for 2 people. So it's a perfect tiny house for a couple or just a long weekend getaway for anybody like that. But also loved all the lights kind of draped from the top here. So really kind of like a nightlight almost. I think really peaceful just to kind of string those across over the ceiling. You can fall asleep with the lights all around you. Okay guys, hope you enjoyed the tour here at the Outlier Inn. That was tiny house number 1. If you enjoyed that tour, there's another tiny house here on the property I'm reviewing in next week's video. It's pretty similar in square footage and has some similar styles. So if you enjoyed this tiny house, definitely stick around and look out for next week's video. Also, comment down below what your favorite feature of this tiny house was. For me personally, it was the exterior. Just all these windows here. It's like 10, 15 different windows. I thought it was so incredibly unique and just honestly stunning. Really beautiful exterior. So I really enjoyed that. So let me know down in the comments and I will see you in next week's video for the tiny house number 2 here at the Outlier Inn. Talk to you then.